There was a time when I was a Battlefield fan, but honestly, the last Battlefield game that blew my mind was Battlefield 1, almost a damn decade ago. Still, I've got this itch, a Battlefield itch that no other FPS can scratch. Not Call of Duty, not anything that tries to be like Battlefield. I even tried PlanetSide 2. Yeah, that's one way bigger than any Battlefield I ever played. And earlier this year, Delta Force. Those two games, they helped. They scratched the surface of that itch, but something's missing. It's the sound, the destruction, the way buildings and cover crumble around you. And the players, man, players that don't fucking cry when you don't rush the point in an IFV or tank just to get blown up 2 minutes later. Players that don't block your damn tank because you click it faster than them. And instead of waiting their goddamn turn, they stand like idiots trying to steal the fucking ride. Yeah, Delta Force players. So, if I sound a little biased to you, it's because I fucking am. After playing the game for a month, Battlefield 6, was the hype real? Or is all this excitement just because we've been starved for years and are sick of the annual Call of Duty releases? Especially with how that game is slowly turning into another Fortnite or whatever Black Ops 7 is. Well, my answer to that question is this. Battlefield 6 is okay in my books. I just don't like some of the updates and features this game has. Battlefield 6 did check all the boxes of what I'm looking for, and that's that. But if you're looking for something new, something that truly stands out, well, the game does have a few unique mechanics. For example, there's the class active abilities that I rarely activate because skill issues. However, lately I can activate them more often than not. I think they updated it and made it a little bit easier to gain points, so players like me with a massive skill gap with the rest of you can still use these abilities. Another new feature in this game is the specialization system for classes. I managed to unlock the support and engineer specializations, unlocking new perks for both classes. I can't really say I've noticed a definite change how these perks affect my playstyle. But honestly, that's probably again a skill issue. I still use the Defib as a fire support and I still rock the RPG as a combat engineer. I don't really understand how this new feature works, so I can't give any solid insights. Great review, isn't it? Oh well, I'm not really good at playing games in general. I mostly play Battlefield for the experience. Call me a filthy casual, but I'm not here to sweat. I'm here to enjoy a quality game. I'm not here grinding dailies and weeklies to unlock new operators, skins, gun charms, or vehicle liveries. I'm here for those unscripted moments. The chaos, the randomness, the shit that only Battlefield can deliver. However, if this feature is not included, we won't be able to roleplay as the Mustard Marines. I'm here, Mustard Marines! Fucking Mustard Marines! Go. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about the single player experience, the campaign. We didn't get a campaign in the last series, so having one this time around feels like a goodwill move. So how is it? Shit. Did I expect the campaign to be good? No. As I mentioned earlier, this game met my expectations, both the good ones and the bad ones. The campaign did have its moments though, especially near the end, where the game gave me this semi-open world map that honestly reminded me of Bad Company. But the narrative, like most Battlefield games from the 2010s, hell, most FPS games from that decade, it feels like an afterthought. And of course, the campaign is filled with plot-armored characters. How did we survive that shit? Oh, you have plot armor as thick as my face, huh? Plot armored door. Yes, a door. What? Suddenly you cannot open it because there's a cutscene behind it. Of course.
Clear right. Stairwell left.
And of course, a cliffhanger ending. Let me guess. She's still alive. She's still alive, and they're keeping him alive. Yep, it ended in a cliffhanger. Woo! Wow! Of course! A fucking course! The hell? All the tropes, all the cliches, whatever you want to call them, they're all in this campaign. We've got a last stand inside a down chopper, a subway chase, beach landings, a car chase, a Makarov, the death of a mentor figure, and yes, how could I forget a ghost? Well, not really a ghost since he shows his face at the end, but still it feels like he's the ghost of the Battlefield IP itself. And that's the campaign. If this shit feels like a waste of space to you, well, lo and behold, you can actually uninstall the campaign. Just go to options, system, and remove it from there. Seems like even the developers knew from the start this was a waste of space. So they did us a favor and gave us the option to completely delete it from our SSDs or HDDs. Now, that's out of the way, let's get back to the real reason we bought and played this game. The multiplayer. Let me just say this, the maps so far, well, I only like two of them, Cairo and Mirak Valley maps from the release. The maps are a bit on the smaller side and I'm not a fan of that. I really like the operations game mode from Battlefield 1, which thankfully made a return here, though they've renamed it to Breakthrough. Before, thanks to the size and design of the maps, you could feel the sense of advancing or losing ground. Now it lacks that feeling. Something's missing and I blame it on the maps. The new maps they've released so far is also a 50-50 to me. One is better than the other. Blackwell Fields being inferior to Eastwood. Of course, Portal is a thing. There are some player-created game modes, which honestly I'm not interested at all. And yeah, there are modes like King of the Hill and Deathmatch, which I'm not touching. I'm a Conquest, Breakthrough, Escalation, and Rush type of man. The guns aren't class locked anymore. There's a separate mode for that. Now you can use any weapons you prefer no matter what class you're playing. Each class just has its own weapon mastery. For example, LMGs for support, SMGs for engineer, assault rifles for the assault class, and of course, sniper rifles for recon. If you use your class preferred main weapon, you'll get a few small perks: lower recoil, faster ADS, better hipfire accuracy, and no movement speed penalty, depending on the class you're using. It's just a small edge, a very small one. And yeah, I can confirm that. Even when I'm using my class preferred weapon, I still have a ton of skill issues. And since any class can now use any type of gun they want, yours truly is getting flanked and rushed 9 out of 10 times. Shotguns aren't the only thing that make me see gray when I'm defending points anymore. And that's the point of this game for me. I don't have to be a good player to enjoy a match in a Battlefield game. Sure, it'd be a better experience if I didn't shoot like a nincompoop, but I still have a lot of fun regardless. I revive teammates, give intel, repair tanks. These are the things I love doing in this game, not just shooting adversaries. Which is why I disagree with the idea that this game needs a battle pass or that newly added battle royale mode. If you think these are necessary or a good addition to the Battlefield formula, well, let's just disagree. I'd much rather see the dev focus on making more engaging maps and sticking to what Battlefield really is. I don't need skins for my tanks, guns, or characters added through a battle fucking pass, or a mode that completely alienates what a Battlefield game means to me. Would it be fun? Maybe. Could it be better than Warzone? Possibly. But it's not a Battlefield game. Call me a purist, but that's my take on it. I outright refuse to play even a single second of Red Sec. I won't give that mode a single millisecond of my finite game time. Because to me, it's not a feature needed for this or any Battlefield game, period. Sure, there's a gauntlet mode, not just the typical battle royale setup we all know, probably, but fuck that. I'm not touching that mode. The good thing is, just like the campaign, you can uninstall it, which I did immediately. I'll just pretend that it doesn't even exist. And hey, another good thing, if you're not really a fan of the old Battlefields and you just want to play the Battle Royale mode, no judgment here, you can. It's free to play, just like Warzone. What's really hard to ignore is the Battle Pass, since every goddamn time I open the game an ad pops up showing me the Battle Pass. But for now, I can gladly say this. Battlefield 6, for the most part, is a return to form. All the doubts I had about this game, well, at the moment, they're gone. The destructible buildings and cover are amazing. It feels damn good to be killed by falling debris again. The sounds of war assets, jets, and choppers flying over your head are terrifyingly good. Holy guacamole, the sounds of war. That's how I imagine it would sound if a jet actually flew overhead. Tanks and IVs feel heavy, and the guns, they look right and they feel right too, I assume. And that satisfying sound every time I manage to take out an enemy, perfection. Push! Fucking hell, bitches! The bullet drop feels a little bit off though. I can't really see it when I take shots from long distances, unlike in the previous games. Even at around 100 meters, I used to feel the arc of my bullets no matter what gun I was using. But here, it's kind of absent. Maybe it's because of the map size again, I don't know. Probably the bullet drop will be more noticeable in longer shots. The guns I managed to unlock, use, and get hit with have all met my expectations. As far as weapons balance goes, well, this is a PvP game. Players will always min-max their weapons with attachment, and that's expected. I could whine all day about how the shotgun is a bullshit gun, or how a DMR hits like a truck, or how accurate SMGs can be. TR7 is a fucking menace, those kind of things. But meta will be meta. It's part of the Battlefield experience now, and honestly, I can tolerate better these things. It's annoying sometimes, infuriating even, but like I said, it's part of the experience. Guns in this game are not created equal. Some are great, some are good, some are just okay, but in my opinion, no gun is bad. Another downside of the no more class lock guns and the meta in this game, you'll see the same weapon taking you out over and over. TR7. Kind of frustrating honestly, but I guess to cater to the younger generation and the meta chasers, it's part of the experience now. I'm also glad they made unlocking and completing challenges for the unlockable guns easier. I for one am prepared to not use those guns even if they're good. So thanks Dev for looking out for casuals like me. As someone living in arguably one of the most cheater-infested regions in the world, Southeast Asia, I'm actually glad to report the cheaters are subtle this time around. For now. I haven't seen any flying demigods with LMGs or tankers with homing shells. Yet. Oh wait, that's an unlockable warhead. The game's still fresh, sort of, and I'm sure this scums of Terra will show their ugly heads down the road. There are still some sus players, don't get me wrong, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they're just better shots than I am. Like I said, probably subtle cheaters, but cheaters nonetheless. And if you're a cheater, I hope you change and become better, or better yet, I hope you meet the horrible end. I wish it to be slow, painful, and that you suffer. You deserve every second, nay, every millisecond of it. Sorry, I needed to get that out of my system. Yeah, sorry. Oh yeah, For you grindy people who thrive on turning a video game into a second job, well, Battlefield 6 has you covered. Before unlocking a specialization, you'll need to complete a set of challenges. On top of that, there are also assignments that reward you with skins, operators, gun charms, XP boosts, and other stuff, plus weeklies and dailies. Wow, I really don't like this. I've mentioned them yet again. Of course, even if I pretend it doesn't exist, the Battle Pass is still here. The progression system has been tweaked a bit. Rather than levels from 1 to 50, for example, your progress is now through paths, different theme. I don't really care about this edition, so I'll stop mentioning it. I'm not a fan of this system, but it is what it is. With all that being said, is Battlefield 6 really the mediocre game that some mainstream reviewers claim it to be? Or will it become a dead game in 2 months without a battle pass or a battle royale mode? For me, fuck those noises. Battlefield 6 not mediocre. The campaign, sure, it's mediocre, but who actually expect it to be good? Not me. The classes are back, no more cringe-worthy lines from operators, and the multiplayer feels quintessentially Battlefield, even though it's starting to feel like COD from time to time. Troops on the ground, slugging it out, tanks for providing fire support, dogfights and bombing runs overhead, buildings that crumble from explosions, or a well-placed sledgehammer, modes that focus on objectives instead of just farming kills, operators that don't have cat ears, seasonal outfits, or waifu guns, vehicles with appropriate liveries. That's what I'm talking about. A Battlefield game. A Battle Pass. Battle Royale. Bitch, please. Is that how low our standards have fallen this past few years? Is that how most of us now see additional content for a AAA game to be added in a Battle Pass? Rather than adding maps, wider maps that we can actually play on, we're asking for a Battle Royale mode. Honestly, people, I cannot understand that perspective. For the sake of longevity or more profit for a possible pro scene, fine, fair enough, but please don't lose track of what Battlefield is really all about. Battlefield is about unscripted cinematic experience like this, details like this. It's not about fucking battle royale mode, grinding and skins that make your character or guns look ridiculous. Seeing the new skins that came with the Battle Pass, I'm concerned this might be the start of those god-awful things we saw in other FPS games. It feels like they're testing the waters, seeing how far they can go. I've got that lingering doubt. Ladies and gentlemen, if you made it this far, first of all, thank you. So is Battlefield 6 worth our time and money? Hell yes it is! And seeing how its main competitor is looking across the fence, not even if it's included in the Game Pass. No, I can't even. Ugh. Even though they've added things I view as unnecessary, the whole package and the parts I really care about are solid and fun to play. Battlefield is back. Finally. Still, I've got my concerns about the future. The hype is real. I'm loving the game right now, but this is a live service title, and given the publisher's history, can you really blame me for being cautious? I think we gamers need to ask ourselves some questions. Do we really need Battlefield to be another COD with different lighting, or a better COD? Do we need it to be a COD killer? Besides, COD is already killing itself at the moment, so Battlefield needs to be a replacement rather than being an entirely different game and experience? Those are the questions that I'm asking. I'm just asking, okay? To me, I want my Battlefield to be a completely different experience from COD. An experience a little like a squad or an arma that's not too immersive or realistic. Just a casual milsim. That's what Battlefield is to me. So far, in my perspective, Battlefield 6 is a grindy, FOMO-inducing game like other PvP-focused FPS of today. I hate to say it, but Battlefield 6 is looking a lot like COD of old because of these new features and monetization, and it's making me uncomfortable. I really hope it's just me. I know this is a prime time to snatch those COD players and bring them to the Battlefield fold, but come on, Battlefield. Be Battlefield. Be you. Is it a shame? To me, yes. But for my friend who plays the game with me, they don't really mind. They even bought the Battle Pass. So I guess I should start accepting that this is how my experience with Battlefield will be moving forward. And with that realization, it seems Battlefield is going down a path that's not entirely for me. Battle Pass and Battle Royale. Seriously? Aren't we tired of this yet? Thank you for watching and listening. I hope to see you again next time. Goodbye.